I never imagined my professional life could destroy my personal one, but here I am, sitting alone in my apartment, scrolling through emails and messages that are slowly confirming what I already knew. My marriage is over. My name is Clara, I'm 36, and for years I prided myself on being a dedicated employee, someone who would go above and beyond for the people I worked for. But I never thought that my loyalty, my willingness to bend, to compromise, to go that extra mile, would be the very thing that would unravel the life I built at home. James, my husband of 8 years, used to joke that my job came first in my life. I always laughed it off, thinking it was harmless teasing. I mean, yes, my career was important to me, but I loved him. I thought he knew that. I thought he understood the sacrifices I made at work were temporary, just part of climbing the ladder, just part of proving myself. But I was dead wrong. It started subtly, with missed dinners, postponed weekends, little lies about late nights at the office. At first, I thought it was the stress, the kids, the usual ebb and flow of marriage. But then I noticed the way James looked at me, quiet, distant, like I had become a stranger under the same roof. The laughter was gone, the teasing had vanished, and the warmth I once took for granted was replaced by cold, clipped sentences. I should have noticed. I should have paid attention. But I was too busy answering emails at 11 p.m., taking my boss's calls over family dinners, and saying yes to requests that I would never, ever consider at home. The night everything exploded, everything that had been simmering beneath the surface, came to a head. I had stayed late at the office again, this time finishing a report that my boss demanded at the last minute. I didn't complain, I didn't question it. I just did it. I sent the file with a smiley emoji and an extra note that read, "Anything else I can handle for you?" I thought nothing of it. It was just work. It was what I did. When I got home, the apartment was unusually quiet. No lights on in the kitchen, no TV noise, just silence. I called James's name and there was no answer. I assumed he was asleep or upset because of the late hour, but when I walked into the living room I froze. He was sitting on the couch, his suit jacket draped over the armrest, his briefcase open on the floor, and his eyes were fixed somewhere beyond me, somewhere unreachable. "James?" I asked softly, trying to mask the sudden panic that clawed at my chest. He didn't look at me at first. When he finally did, there was no warmth, no recognition of the woman who had stood by him through thick and thin. There was only disappointment. "Clara," he said quietly, "we need to talk." I laughed nervously, trying to diffuse the tension. "About what?" "Work. I stayed late again, my boss." "No," he interrupted, voice firm but calm. "This isn't about work. This is about us." My stomach sank. Something in the way he said it, the calm finality, told me I was about to face a truth I wasn't prepared for. "What do you mean?" I asked, stepping closer, my heels clicking on the hardwood floor. "I mean this marriage, Clara," he said, standing up slowly. "It's over." I blinked, thinking I misheard him. "You're joking," I said, though the tremor in my voice betrayed the fear creeping in. "I wish I were," he said. "But I've been patient for years, watching you give your time, your energy, your life to anyone and everyone but me. And tonight, I realized there's nothing left for us." I felt like someone had punched me in the gut. "Nothing left? We have kids, a home, everything, how can you just—" "It's not just tonight," he said. "It's every missed dinner, every forgotten anniversary, every time I felt secondary to your boss, to your career, to anyone but me. I can't live like this anymore, Clara. I'm filing for divorce and I'm telling everyone why. I can't keep pretending that it's okay." I shook my head, disbelief clouding my vision. "You can't," I whispered. "You can't do this over a job." "It's not just the job," he said, his voice measured, almost detached. "It's the choices you've made for years. Choices I didn't have a say in. Choices that hurt me silently every day. And yes, it's over." For a moment I couldn't breathe. I thought about all the times I had chosen work over him, over our family dinners, over moments I should have cherished. I remembered the trips I canceled, the birthday parties I skipped, the nights I spent drafting presentations while he sat alone in the living room, hoping I would notice him. I realized, with a sharp clarity that hurt like fire, that I had ignored him completely. Not maliciously but ignorantly, selfishly. "James," I started, my voice breaking, "I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't realize." He shook his head, cutting me off. "You realized it too late. I've tried to communicate, to make you understand, but you didn't listen. And now I have no choice." I slumped onto the couch, staring at the floor, feeling the weight of regret crush me. The silence that followed was deafening, filled only with the echoes of choices I couldn't undo. I wanted to beg, to apologize, to explain, but the words felt hollow. I had let my priorities speak louder than my love, and now those words had cost me everything.